We've had this strapline for many years, equipping the church for action. Everything that Spring Harvest does is about church. All the people who come to us are encouraged to go back and do great things in their local churches. And we felt it was time to look at that, to look at it as a theme, to look directly at local church. We really want to empower people to enjoy their church, but to do a lot more through it as well.
Jesus said this, "By this, all people will know that you're my disciples, if you love one another." In other words, how we relate to one another as Christians, how we are church, is part of the way that people will know that Jesus is who he claims to be. So for Jesus, the church actually is God's brilliant idea. And so it's great we're going to look at exactly what that looked like in John's Gospel.
The thing we're dealing with in the theme material is this really interesting idea that the church is absolutely central to the purposes of God, and we believe that, and we want to say very loudly as Spring Harvest, we do believe that the church is absolutely central to the mission of God and the purposes of God, but the church is not the goal of the mission of God. The goal of the mission of God is the renewal of the whole earth. It's the extension of the kingdom, it's the bringing of life and joy and purpose to whole communities. So the church does not exist for its own sake, it exists to be part of something much bigger. So there's a huge responsibility, there's a huge need for the church to surrender itself, to surrender its energies, to surrender its gifts, surrender its resources to the bigger purpose of what God wants to do. My big hope is for people to have such a vision of what the church can be that they won't rest until they see it. Now that might mean that some people end up going away from Spring Harvest into some frustration because they're going away with a vision that they then have to wrestle for, but I think the world is made better by people who fight for their dreams, and I would love to see some people getting a dream for the church that actually motivates them and pushes them and mobilises them to really make a difference.